Welcome, Union Institute and University students. HCL 507 Health Informatics Roles and Purpose. Dr. Dale Gooden. I have the pleasure and privilege of being your instructor this semester. Oh, wait a minute. I think we have technical difficulties here. It says we're in week 3. Is that right? Oh my goodness, time sure flies when you are researching and investigating the wonderful topics of healthcare informatics and all of the tools and technology that is used to facilitate that process, such as what we learned in week 2 with your assignment to dig into the electronic health record and do some clinical documentation. You also learned about health information exchanges and personal health records, which are outlets for that type of informatics data. When it goes to the patient, then the patient can then use their personal health record when they're, let's say, visiting providers that are outside of their network. They can then provide an electronic version of their health record through their personal health record compared to, let's say, the faxing of yesteryear, or once upon a time patients would have their information on a CD or even on microfiche back in the day. But now everything's electronic. If the patient has it, you can send that electronic file from the EHR to the personal health record, or you can send it from the EHR to the health information exchange. And so if the patient lives in Nebraska, but they go on vacation in Wisconsin, have to present to a physician in Wisconsin, the hospital or physician in Wisconsin can just query the health information exchange where that record sits and can then transmit that record directly into their EMR system, thus supporting something called interoperability and also continuity of care. So here we are in week 3. Week 3 is a pretty serious week here, because this is your opportunity to do a literature review. And it will be an extensive, comprehensive literature review. It's going to be challenging to the extent that you're dealing with technical information compared to some of you that may have experience with either clinical or administrative information. So in that respect, it could be a little challenging. I would recommend that you get off to an early start in this activity, in this assignment. It's going to be very important. But if you do it right, it will lay the foundation for the rest of this semester, because then you can use these references in your signature assignments and in some of the other assignments that you'll have. So I know it's going to be tough, but dig deep, do it right, and you'll be well on your way to making sure that you can end the semester on a good note, because you'll have such a good understanding of the references that you can use from your literature review in your subsequent assignments. So in this literature review, you're going to find, read, summarize published materials that are related to health informatics articles. You're going to critically reflect on the current literature to identify significant themes and to compare and contrast various perspectives. The review may be an essay format, report format, annotated bibliography, or standard literature review format. And I'm reading directly from the syllabus at the top of page 10 for those of you that want to follow along. You're going to define the relevant terms. You're going to use appropriate search strategies. You're going to select current materials within the past 10 years. And if you're dealing with seminal work, is okay to go past 10 years, but be very careful because at some point, if you go beyond a certain point, which is 2010, the information may not be relevant. You're going to group your material in a way that makes sense to present your research findings. You're going to compare, contrast, analyze, and synthesize the body of content. And you're going to set the context for future research that you will do in this course. So when you write this review, it will require you to think critically about tremendous amounts of information as it relates specifically to informatics. You'll have to go through many journals, academic textbook, government reports in order to get the information that you need. And so it's going to be important that you have an effective strategy that will require you to organize the materials and your thoughts. So I would like for you to read extensively the information on page 10 of the syllabus, and it starts with the sections below are a best practice guide for writing a literature review. And so it has it broken down in 6 sections. And I think the only thing that I really want to stress in this literature review, I don't see it on the syllabus, but I'm sure that it's in the LMS, is please don't confuse this literature review with a report, like a book report or a summary or an abstract. That is not what we're asking for here in the literature review. Some students confuse a lit review with an annotated bibliography. And if you're going to do that, that's a good substitute for literature review, an acceptable substitute for literature review. But please don't turn in an abstract. Please don't turn in a summary, and please don't turn in a review. That's not what we're asking for here. We're looking for critical analysis. We're looking for a topic appraisal, if you will. We're looking for a critique and analysis of the content. We're not looking for a review or a summary. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns about that, please feel free to reach out to me directly. I want to make sure that you understand this exercise. It is 15 points, so it's pretty substantial when it comes to the percentage of your final grade. So that's it. Look forward to connecting with you. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you've got any questions about week 3, about the literature review, or anything that's associated with the course content. Thank you.